Here's to the ones that we lost. Here's to the ones that you wish you were here, but you're not. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, Omi, Definity, Devi, daCat, SHIRO, ladies, other stuff update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We have a bit to go over today. I'm gonna have to cut it short. I think I have a hard stop at 9:30 because I have to. I'm gonna have to do another video, and then I have a meeting at 10, and then so we'll try to get to it here. Let's do. Not a great day for. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was fine. Bitcoin up 0.6%, ETH up 1.3, ETH at just above 3,000. Bitcoin was up to like 123, down to like 119.8, was down to like 119.2. So it's back up since the lows. XRP at 4.5. Everything else is pretty flat on the day. I got a little more of the ladies token. I guess we'll start off with that. I now have on ladies, if I can find which. What is that? Oh, is that just SoulScan? No, I don't need SoulScan. I need I do need SoulScan, but I need it on a different one. We'll start off with ladies because I really, really like them. They are. So I now have 1.2, 1.2, and 3.7, 7. I now have just over 8% of the supply of ladies. Want to get to 10? I might not. The reason why I like them is because they do incredible work. They have a for the incredible work they have. They help Patagirl. They help. Sorry guys. I'm not gonna front. A good friend just died, so I'm gonna get blackout drunk, and we're gonna. Things will get easier as the night goes on. Okay. Ladies, every month they help a certain type of women that need it. Last month they did Patagirl in Nigeria, giving hygienic products to women in Nigeria. Then every other month, so 1 month they'll help girls, another month they'll help animals, and they'll go back and forth like that. So that's where the 10% tax goes. So people are like, oh, 10%, that's so much. And it is. And it's not just for buying, it's for transferring as well. You could transfer you could transfer ladies from one wallet to another, still get that 10% tax. It's like, oh my God, I probably would have had 9% by now, but I'm at 8 because I had transfer a lot. I don't have a hard stop on where I wanted to, like, oh, I'll stop at 10%. I told people yesterday if it ever got down to a 20K market cap again, I'd go in and drop a bomb on it, because it's like a $40,000 market cap, so it's like really, really low. So anyone with $1,000, which you shouldn't buy more than like $80 worth at a time, or else you'll kind of pump the price. Buy like $80 worth, let it trickle down, let it rain, and clear it out, let it rain and clear it out, and you should be able to do that. And if you have the time, if you want to just yeet it and just do that, 200, 400, 5,000. I don't know what the price would do if you did that. I don't know if it would let you do $1,000 at a time. Slippage would have to be insane. But anyway, that's ladies. The comic is getting worked on right now. If you, as in Tammy, has a crown next to her name on the YouTube comments, that just means that she's like the #1 commenter, which I don't know why Echo712 isn't #1, because he has 2 comments. Maybe because Tammy was first. Yeah, maybe because Tammy was first. We'll see. Anyway, we have. Let's do Devi, because Devi was down like 12% before. It's Now only down 7.8% on the day. So I did get a little more Devi. I'm up to 60 something thousand Devi, which is like not even worth like 30,000 now. It might be like 29, 28. Let's see. Yeah, 64-ish thousand Devi is worth about 29. I put like 40K into this, or 29. I think I put like probably 40 plus K into it. It's worth 29K. I would absolutely love to, and again, I could unload on it here, but it's just like when it was 34 cents like a week ago, if I unload it, if I put like 5K into it right here, and then it goes down to like 34 cents, I'm gonna lose it. So I was like, okay, we'll make it so that, oh, puppy. I like puppies. Puppies are cute. Um, so yeah, again, a few months ago I only had 30K or 30,000 Devi, now 64,000 Devi, but again, it just dropped so much. It does seem that we will get the roadmap before the end of August. Now, it could be a couple weeks. It could be the end of July, but I'm going to give them until the end of August. We'll get that roadmap. It'll look stellar. It'll look great. They had delayed that roadmap because, oh shit. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. They had delayed that roadmap because there was other stuff that they wanted to do. There's other stuff that they wanted to get on there, and it's just going to look a lot better than if they would have done it beforehand. Jason Pena 2000 says, green all day. Do you have the time to listen? Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? Cheers. All right. Like I said, I do have a hard stop at 9:30, so I gotta continue getting this bread. Omi down 4% on the day, up 8% on the week, down 9% on the month, down 60% on the year. I have 275. I am not getting any more for quite a while. The only thing that I would do is so Stacker was being very strange, and it wouldn't let me list my Todd. So I listed it for gems, and they just listen. It's not my biggest bag. It's not even close, but but I want it to be. Like it should be pretty easy for it to be my biggest bag. It's just, unfortunately, it's not. Actually, if we go to things that I own, both crypto and not crypto, it's actually not even my second biggest bag. And maybe actually, because the YouTube channel is worth, so before the end of the quarter, I will do another cap raise from YouTube. It will be at 500,000 or over. I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, VeVe kind of. I don't even want to tell the story, but I think it needs to be said. There's a buddy of mine that has 400 plus million Omi, and super excited when David had said, like, anytime David opens his mouth, gets excited. Oh, okay, what you got going on? London Comic Con. All right, there we go. This medicine's working. London Comic Con, Portugal. David's kind of teasing this big IP. What's going on? What we got? And the dude's got an extra well into the five figures right now that he's just had in dry powder. And what do you think? I was like, well, I love Devi, I love Definity, I love Omi, ladies. I'm getting into, like, whatever you put it. And this is what I told my friend. Anything you put into lady, like, this will never go down. If it goes down, it'll be temporary. I personally will never let it go below 20K. Again, it's only 40K market cap. So he's just like, still Omi? I was like, it had these pumps and it still got sold down. And he said that, I can't believe that. Long story short, it was the delay. Like, we were supposed to get the announcement end of June. I think maybe even like early June, and then it got delayed, and at the end of June, now it's second week of July. Omi missed out on a $50,000 another $50,000 buy from my friend because of the delays with no communication. So how many people does he represent? Probably a few. And again, when you had that guy from OKX the other day that bought like $300,000 worth, pumped it up, then you had a couple of whales again that got the FOMO, like, oh my God, what do I do? As it went back down, they pumped it up, and I don't know what the third pump was. Either way, those pumps are gone now. They're gone. How do you and I can't defend against the best defense, the best reasons, and some can call them excuses, is just that, hey, listen, it's tech, and it's big business too. Like, a big announcement that they have is not going to be like this no-name company. A big announcement that they have is probably going to be something that's big enough to be listed on the NASDAQ. It's probably something that's big enough to be listed, like a Fortune 500 company. Like, it's probably something that is so freaking big that they have a ton of rules and regulations and a ton of red tape, and that's probably why. And the fact that it's delayed doesn't take away like the oomph power, like it doesn't take away the fact of how big the partnership is, whatever it is. But that's the other thing that I am a little worried about. What if it's not a big license? What if it's like an anime that nobody's ever heard of? What if it's something that's really big that David knows, and he knows 1,000 people that knows it, but nobody else in the world knows because he's not from America. Like, I don't know. And then again, Ubisoft, 9 million followers. Blackpink, the most popular girl band in the world, got a couple hundred users from them. So it's hard for me to convince whales that would have put in 50K or more to do that, to follow through with it. When I would have said the same thing at 0006, and now it's down 66% from that. Like, I'm surprised some of these whales are still talking to me. That being said, the fundamentals are still there. I see it like there's a quote in The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump where he talked to this one tenant in a building that he had. He talked to this one tenant that, a little older, always said what was on his mind, and he said that, granted, this was a little racist. Said that, oh yeah, these people are moving in, and the neighborhood's gone to shit, and because Trump was like the owner of the building, kind of came around once in a while, like he didn't see this, and then he kind of looked, is like, okay, he listened to the guy, and then he looked around town, he's like, yeah, I do see downtown a lot of desirables, a lot of people that are moving in that are, not the type of people that we want on our building, not the type of people that would really make this good. So he sells it, and he goes in and he says that, basically, long story short, he could read the writing on the wall. He could tell what was creeping in by looking at what was going down 5 miles down the road, a few miles down the road. So in the Web3 space, I could tell what's coming in based on other stuff that's happening in Web3, like somebody spending $300,000 for a piece of land next to Bored Ape Yacht Club, in that metaverse. When people are spending $20,000 for a moonbird, when people are spending $250,000 for an autoglyph, like, I see all of this money coming in, and some of it has hit VeVe. As of the making of this video, and maybe it has gone down since. I think it has. No, a week ago, partner statue was like $900. The floor is $1,500. I repeat, partner statue is $1,500, and the cheapest 3-digit is $2,000. You could actually get a sub 100 for $5,000, which now makes a lot of sense. At $5,800 when the floor was $1,000, it did not make sense. Now it does. So I would 100% go in. Budge. Okay. Give me one sec. My boy Alcon is calling. Hey Al. Friends are pretty awesome. Friend just texted me. I love Al. Yeah, I love Al too. Al's great. So yeah, now it makes sense for the and that's not the only one that's gone up. If you take a look at outside of the partner statue, fuck. If you go to Todd Batman has it has 27 now. Oh shit. Todd Batman it was 360 something before, and it's $430 right now. And I'm gonna probably have to change my what do you call it? Yeah, I'll totally go to lunch. Because again, a sub 100 of a super popular first appearance of a popular IP like Todd that has like you could have a first appearance that's like super small where it's like only like 1,000 mints, and the sub 100s for Secret Rare Miles Morales, it doesn't really matter because there's only 250 of those. So when there's only 250, they're all 3-digit minimum, and then the 2-digit, like it's already like $9,000, right? So if it's already $9,000, whether you have a 2-digit or a 3-digit doesn't really matter. So this one's at 3,600. That's the cheapest sub 100, and usually it's about a sub 100 for super popular FA is about 10x the floor, and the floor is 424. Again, it literally like 2 hours ago the floor was like $360 something. So 3,600 made sense. But now that it's and again, you see it in the grails, you see it in the blue chip stuff. VeVe Gold logo was first. That rose. Now you have the partner statue that's rising at a commensurate rate. That did 50% in a couple of days. And now my brain can't do math here. So let's do Todd that rose 30%. Really in just like a day. So 10x the floor would be like 4,200, not 3,500. So I'm going to, and again, I don't want to make it too high because there's a number 93 is like one of the worst numbers one of the worst sub 100s that you can get. But a number 28 is like one of the best. So if I make it too high, if I make it like what it should be at 4,200, somebody will be like, okay, I can pay 4,200 for this like okay sub 100 mint, or I could just add $1,000 to it, make it 5,200, and get a number 28. And then that's probably the best. That's probably the best bet. Because again, if I put it up to 4,200, and it's like, okay, I can afford that, but if I'm gonna pay 4,200, I might as well chalk out another 1,000 and pay the 5,200 for like a fantastic mint number 28. So I think 3,600 now is kind of a steal, and I really don't want to. Fuck, I don't know what to do. Bean Texas, hey Randy, Cyber the Cat says reposted the stream. My man, daCat in the house. We will go over daCat right now, because I love daCat. Good times. Let's take a look at daCat and see where it's going, because daCat is pretty awesome. Up 6% on the day, and I think we just had a couple of nice buys. Give me 1 second to take a look. Ladies on the soul. Where's daCat over here? We had a couple of buys today, and that's why we're up 6.2% on the day. We are at a $1.5 million market cap, $7,000 in volume. I want to read something that I wrote yesterday. 2 days ago? Yesterday. Oh, my troubles seem so far. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, did I not? Was it 2 days ago? 2019, having fun. Okay, no, it was definitely yesterday. That I'm going to try to, okay, guys, I'm done spending Omi. I'm definitely, all right. Saying in the past month, I've done a couple of things. One of which is I've made it so that everyone can now buy daCat in over 70 ways, including credit card, MoonPay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, etc. Number two is daCat is now on the balance sheet of Definity Networks. We'll go over them later. It's a company that helps institutions get into crypto. They do hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Three is daCat now has a $150,000 valuation. Four, daCat now owns $7.5 thousand of a major company that is worth like $100 million, and they should do a 5 to 10x by next year. Five, Greg Weick from Beyond Comics is a world-renowned artist that's doing cover art for one of our comics, which will be on the VeVe app later this year. Speaking of which, in assets under management, daCat also holds Omi, as well as a 3-digit partner statue. So the partner statue that we got at like 1,000-ish, minimum is worth 1,500, but again, it's a 3-digit min. The next 3-digit min is 2,000. And again, it's one of the most important things on the app. And three, we have an ultra rare Amazing Fantasy 15, which we got for $350. And now when you take a look at Amazing Fantasy 15, you see it's not double. It's not quite double yet, but it's gone up $300 to $666. So a lot of things on daCat's balance sheet, and we got daCat pretty low, so or we got Omi pretty low. So there's so much, and this is all within the past month, like it was in the past couple of weeks. So yeah, a lot of good times happening with daCat, with all the stuff on VeVe that we're getting. So we got woohoo, Randy, let's go. Everyone, don't miss out on blue chip. Be a daCat legend, 100%, 100%. Justifies if only that band didn't hate America. Green Day. I don't think they hate America. They might hate a certain political party in America. I mean, we knew that since the Bush administration. You know, I see. Here's like, there's Superman, there's Green Day, there's My Chemical Romance. There's like, it's not that I don't care what side of the politics you're on, but I'm not going to let how Green Day or My Chemical Romance or how James Gunn feels. Like, I haven't seen Superman yet, but I'm not going to let it ruin a good show. And I want to, I want to enjoy it for what it is. And if maybe they go a little over the top with it, maybe. But they're musical. I love Green Day is one of my favorite bands, and I wish they. I don't want to say I wish it, like, part of being American is freedom of speech. And again, I think Trump is doing a great job, mostly. That generational fumble on the Epstein list, like that is what the fuck. But for the country, I mean, we just had in June the first profitable month that we've had in 20 years. The last profitable month we had was in 2005 under Bush. And then it was 3 years of non-profitable, and then 8 years of non-profitable, other years of non-profitable. So a lot of this because of the tariffs, a lot of this because, again, I think he's doing a decent job. But I think it's okay to make fun of people. Like, granted, I don't know how into politics like Green Day really is. I know I don't think they hate America. I think they love America. I think they just rightfully don't trust the government. Again, when you campaign on releasing the Epstein files and then suddenly there are no Epstein files, fucking bullshit. Excuse my language. Again, I like Trump. I think he's doing a good job, but don't tell me that like we can't make fun of him because campaign on one thing, do the absolute opposite. I don't think they hate America. I think they're just very distrustful of the government, which everybody should be distrustful of the government because they do shit like this. Both parties. What's up, zombie? Why the cat got to steal the hot Cheetos from SHIRO? Um, they're both a little mischievous, and that's what they do every now and then. Good evening, Omar. Times I love Al. I love Al too. Al's such a good dude. He's a good friend, and it means a lot that he called. Yeah, Al Conline won. I'll tell you this. He was one of the first people to value daCat at 100K, and then someone valued it at 150. But Al's very good at marketing. He's very good at licensing. He doesn't know that the daCat crypto is up 250% in 3 months. He just knows who I am, what I can do, and yeah, just awesome person. Love him. Tell Al, I'll tell him. I'll tell him another day. I'll tell him another time. Yeah, I'll tell him another time. Is that a pig? Oh my god. Tell me all about this pig, and then I have to share with her. Telling. I'll have to tell. Fuck. Telling my live about him. The pig could be a her. I don't know. Yeah, we are so back. When Al calls, we're so back. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to mute that. We have to. Hope you're able to make my panel at. I unfortunately am not able to go, but if it's live streamed, I will 100%. I'll cover it. I wish I could go. Unfortunately, unfortunately, a lot of bad times. Like Commissioner Gordon. I love working with Al. Al's such a treasure. He's so cute. I love him so much. He's a good man and a good friend. Shane doing a panel. So yeah, epic. 666. You made a mess. What you talk about? What you talk about, Shane? A lot of good stuff will be there. Anyway, his panel will be on Thursday at San Diego, having 9 leaders in the digital collecting space on my panel. David, you will be there. Shave from Candy, Funko, Pudgy Penguins, Dapper Labs, Fanable, and more. All right, we got to go to DMC here. The show must go on, as we say in the showbiz. DeLorean's up. It's up. It's up on the day. It's up 1.6%. What do we got here in volume? 13 million in volume, $14 million market cap. I really do want to get more. Degens Unite. Picture Monk going ape on the slots with those epic pumps while daCat slightly dominates blackjack with card counting finesse. Just pure crypto degen vibes. Who's hitting the jackpot first? I don't know if I told you guys. I can count cards. I am exceedingly good at it. Love that type of stuff. Anyway, before I go any further, let me go in and tell everyone to smash that like button. It's the one thing I think I can ask without. Oh God, it's the one thing I could ask without being. Yeah. Anyway, Savard's Cat says, y'all want some? Get a whole fresh bag right here. Get that bread. Okay, let's take a look at. All right, so speaking of VeVe, we were talking about before. Well, let me finish with DMC. Shout out to them for sponsoring the channel. Oh, DeLorean Labs has a Pudgy Penguins as their PFP. What? 209,000 followers on X. They sponsor my channel. Good morning, Pudgy McFly. I love that. That's so great. Also, new listing, bitcub.com. 75,000 followers over on X. BitCub is the #1 licensed Bitcoin exchange in Thailand that offers services to individuals who intend to buy, sell cryptocurrency, And what they said was, new listing, DeLorean Labs DMC is on BitCub. Pair DMC to THB. Deposit withdrawal 15 July 2025 at 5 p.m. GMT plus 7. Trade 16 July 2025 at 5 p.m. GMT plus 7. Cryptocurrency and digital tokens involve high risk. Investors may lose all investment money and should study information carefully and make investments according to their own risk profile. They also okay, that's all right. Hang on, I missed. Oh no, I did. What is Delormu? I'm gonna go to DeLorean Labs here and talk about their repost from Chanimal. Chanimal has almost 22,000 followers over on X. They say, yeah, almost time. Apes knows DU. I'm chilling. Lent DMC on Bluefin app off the APY with Sui Network. Giveaway. Oh no, that was a giveaway. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let me talk about the most recent. Bounty. So Commerce and Crypto says they have a $750 bounty that they're placing for the Lion King mint number 1994. 1994 represents the year of the film and the comic's release. This comic is dropping on Friday, 18 July at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sign up. Well, no, you sign up with my link down below. And I will take their 750 bounty and raise it to 150. And I have a $1,000 bounty on that 1994 mint. I repeat, I have a $1,000 bounty on that 1994 mint. That is coming this. How did you miss? Congratulations on what? Yeah. Anyway, Video Shin says you. VeVe. Yeah. VeVe sucks. Meaningful IP from all competitors. 100% there. What's up, Booze? Agreed. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna ban that user because he's pretty gay. Boo says, "Hello, Dashy. What up?" Just identifies the Epstein video was only edited 10 times. Green Day was shitting on Republicans. Oh man, I didn't know they were doing the entire concert. I knew they did it on the American Idiot one. Great band. I get politics is what they sing about, but still, yeah, it sucks. I wish they wouldn't. Well, I'd love to know their reason why. I mean, like, I'd love to have a conversation with them and be like, hey, like there's a real reason, like for the saying, if you're young and you're not liberal, you don't have a heart. But if you're older and not conservative, you don't have a brain. Yeah, like when you're young, you're supposed to want to change the world. You're supposed to be a bleeding heart liberal, and then when you get to be like 30, or when you get to be successful enough, it's like, oh, okay, like now I get it. But they're like 50 years old, and like probably get it by now. But Greg Schultz has been on the podcast. He's Mr. Democrat. Worked with Obama, was President Biden's campaign manager. He's been on the podcast a couple times, and he's a great friend, and I love him. And he's what do you call it? He is one of that is such a sensible Democrat, and just like I would vote for him. Like I would have voted for Tulsi Gabbard as a Democrat. I donated to Andrew Yang and to Tulsi Gabbard's campaign when they were Democrats. I really like middle of the road Democrats. I love them. I really don't like the super far left AOC Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders seems like a nice guy. Was on the right side of history with way back in the day. But that 3-hour interview with Joe Rogan. How many times has Bernie Sanders like, what? I don't know. I don't know all the facts. I don't have a plan about this. Like dozens of times. So it's like, clearly you're not the best person for the job. Clearly, like, you have these great ideas, and in a perfect world, they'd be great. Unfortunately, that's just not the way the world works, and we just would never be able to get that done. Sorry. Sucks. Meaningful IP from all competitors. It was a productive day and epic. Yes, it was. My boy's saying, yo, I don't know why my boy's saying, yo. Did the cat go crazy? Was there another buy for daCat? Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, there's a couple buys for daCat. One like 4,600 before. Wild times. And I think now, shit, yeah, 6.5% on the day. And then let's see what ETH is doing right now, because I know ETH was it's up 1.26%. Superman and Batman entering public domain 2034 and 2035 respectively. Let's go. Let's get that bread. That pillow bar looks extreme. I have a basic one. It's okay. It holds me. Granted, I'm not nearly as jacked as I once was, so I weigh a lot less now. I weigh a lot less. So yeah, it's not bad. They even got a rip back, banging power ups and reading comics between sets. Sleeping is in very good shape, much better shape than me. Says bounties are so healthy for the app. Keep it going, 100%. Carlos Castro says so. Omi spiked, and now VeVe collectibles get bought up. Is that what I'm hearing? Omi spiked, then VeVe collectibles got bought up, and then Omi went down. Omi's at 0002 now. But yeah, a lot of stuff is moving, like meaningfully so. What we haven't talked about yet is Definity. They're down about 6% on the day, 6.3% on the day, 5.9 million, $5.2 million market cap, 5.9 fully diluted. Definity is my biggest bag by far. Like if you go by token and companies, Definity, another company, YouTube channel, then Omi's like my fourth biggest bag. If you talk about daCat, it's actually my fifth biggest bag. So Omi's my fifth biggest bag when you look at all of my investments, not just crypto. 20,000 volume on the day. When I go in and sell a bit of my channel before the end of Q3, it'll be at $500,000 valuation or more. There's something that might happen. So I want to talk about this. What's VeVe West's name on X? I assume okay, West VeVe. That's what it is. He posts a video my video. He says, breaking, Randy Chavez says his YouTube channel should now be worth over 500K. And there's a bunch of retards that don't know how to value companies. And I said, everyone in the comments is working with conjecture. I just got a partial ownership of a company where it involved numerous things, a small part of which was because my YouTube channel. So owners of the channel, including Mr. MC1, were rewarded. What that means is I did a ton of work for a certain company, a ton of work for a certain company. What happened was that they were able to fill the niche with a different, so the company that and this has really nothing to do with YouTube. They happened to see a video, we got connected because of YouTube, but the work that I've done for them for the past year had really nothing to do with YouTube. And the company had a niche that they could fill. They're like, we could do this 100%. It couldn't be attached to the company that they currently, so they had to make a new one worth $100 million. And they gave me $250,000. So I gave the owners of the YouTube channel a piece of that, because even though it had nothing to do with YouTube, they found me because of YouTube, and I thought, hey, this owner should get something, and so they did. So Manu, Mr. MC1, the person that has not been named, they got a piece. And if I were to say it was because of YouTube, my channel would be worth, again, $250,000 is now mine in this company. And it was from the work that I did. So I took, so again, if I'll let, I don't want to say how much I gave Mr. MC1, but again, I got a $250,000 with, and all the work is from, not from YouTube, it's from other stuff, but they found me because of YouTube. I gave them some. Mr. MC1 got a, a nice four-figure valuation. Other people, Manu, same thing, because they both, from Definity Markets, because they both own 10%, and somebody else that owns 5%, same thing. If I were to make it all YouTube, which would be lying, but if I were to say, yeah, this is because of YouTube, then Mr. MC1 would have gotten 25,000, and this channel would be worth like 1.5 million. But because I'm honest and I am not trying to rip investors off, I would tell them that, like, yeah, the channel's probably worth 500-600K, give or take. But now so that's one thing. The other thing, so again, all of the DETVE people that just can't, know like the value of certain things. There is another deal that's going on because of YouTube where it will possibly be a multi 5-figure deal, a multi 5-figure deal. It could be a 6-figure deal. It's probably not going to be a 6-figure deal. But it could be. But I'll say well into the 5 figures. But it is possible that I have a meeting about it. I have to go in 45 minutes. I have a meeting about it at 10. I have to leave at 9:30 because I have to make a video because it has to do with why Al called me. Really not good times. I am barely holding it together. I am straight up not having a good time. When that happens, and it will eventually, even if it's just a multi 5-figure deal, it'll be multi 5-figure deal. The channel will be worth a lot, 600-700K, because again, like let's say it's 50, an added 50K. Okay, so then between this, okay, let's say 450. Okay, 5, 9. Okay, so the channel, after this deal goes through, even conservatively, what it definitely is going to be much higher, but conservatively, after this deal goes through, this channel would be worth more than $750,000. It might not go through for months because there's a lot of red tape. But just based on the value, like the revenues of what I'm getting, that is passed on to the other owners of the channel. Yeah, it'd be well worth over a quarter, and it might even be close to $1 million, or higher. So I wanted to bring that out because everyone in the comments on Wes's thing the other day was just like, "There's no way." But again, I'm telling you now, out of that $250,000 that I own now in another company, which is worth $100 million, it wasn't really because of YouTube. It had nothing to do with YouTube, but they found me because of YouTube. So I gave them someone I didn't have to. That, in which I gave Mr. MC1 a nice, 4-figure amount. And plus what will happen within the next month or two, that where I could get a 6-figure payment, likely not, likely just going to be, good amount, 5 figures. So again, just throwing that out there. We did DMC, daCat. Oh, we didn't do SHIRO yet. Oh my God, SHIRO. Forgot about you. I didn't forget. I just, other stuff going on. SHIRO Nico down about 5%. Actually, no. Heck, CoinGecko. We're gonna do Coin Market Cap down about 4-ish% on the day, but still 1.26 million in volume and $6 million market cap. And I'm gonna get more this month. Gonna get more. Gonna get quite a bit more. Where were we? Yeah. Omi spiked. Collectibles got bought up 100%. That's why I got my third logo. That's why I got 2 partner statue that are 3-digit mints. That's why I got a sub 100 Todd. Croner, what's going on, Croner? How's it going? Carlos says, congrats, thank you. All because of your hard work, Randy. Mike's one piece. Yeah. It's life's all about balance, right? Some good things happen and some really bad. Amazing. Thank you. What's your views on weed? Yeah. I don't smoke. I've smoked the ganja like 3 times in my life. It never does anything for me. I've ingested it twice via brownie and cookie, and that knocks me on my big brown butt. Again, I don't smoke. I've smoked the ganja like 3 times, but I've ingested it twice, and each time just bruh. But I think it's fine. I think that, well, I know that the Constitution was written on hemp, and Christopher Columbus's sails were made of hemp, and hemp is amazing. I fully support weed in most things, and it's like, well, I know somebody that they do nothing but smoke weed, and they're lazy, and they're whatever. Like, okay, we just got there first. They're probably a lazy person to begin with, and we just got there first. Um, I don't see much bad with it. I think it's fine. And it helps people with PTSD. It helps people with panic disorders. It helps people with other stuff. I think people that are in jail for that is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Jason Payne 2000, thanks for being a member. Randy, one Pokemon Center. What for new Mega Evolution ETB dropping any minute? $60 will be $150 in a week. Shall I scoop out for you? Yes. Give me one. Give me one. You know what? Give me three. Give me three. Give me three. Give me three. And I will pay you back at New York Comic Con. Grumpy says, don't forget Shiro. Oh, never forget Shiro. Again, I just talked about Shiro. Again, I'll get more Shiro. Oh, 119.5. He comes when. Oh, this little pig. His name is Hamilton, and he comes when you call him. Oh, no, his name's not Hamilton. His name is Hampton. Oh my God, that's amazing. His name is Hampton. He comes when you call him and loves belly rubs and snacks. He digs holes for fun and screams bloody murder every night for dinner. He lives with a baby pig named Kevin. Oh, it's adorable. I needed that. That's amazing. Life is good. Life is sweet. Grab yourself a front row seat. Let's meet and have a ball. Yeah, let's live for the wonder of it. I'm not going to get through this next. Fuck. All right. Just to advise, I think there are drawbacks to all drugs for sure. Yeah, like so. Yeah, I mean, I love Lucy. I love Lucy in the sky with diamonds. I love LSD, but some people go crazy on it. Some people don't have a good time. It could be bad for some people. For me, it works super well, and it's helped me out a lot. Jason Payne says, so glad and proud that your writing method does not include any foreign substances. No, writing. I mean, sometimes I drink while I'm writing, but for the most part, yeah, there's none. As for me, smooth weed every day. Penguin says something bad is linked with your 5-6 figure deal and has to do with Alcon, and he ain't sick, is he? No. The deal has nothing to do with. Well, so Al did. He did have one of the valuations at daCat at 100K, but we didn't do anything with it. The deal that I did was with Definity Markets. They own 5% at 150K valuation, so they own 7,500. No, Al's fine. Al, as far as I know, is fine. Just a mutual friend of ours, unfortunately passed away today, and that has really sucked. Yeah, but Al, as far as I know, is good. Yeah, smoke weed every day. Booth, my man, what up, Booth? Advisor, I love to hear your experience with us. They've never tried. How about? Yeah, they're pretty similar. Lucy tends to take a little while, unless I drink. If I drink a couple White Claws, then happens like in like 45 minutes. I remember I used to live with my friend Mark, and we would do it. So he had a daughter, and obviously we can't do it when like there's kids around, right? So we'd be like, oh, she's going to her grandparents for the day. Okay, yeah, like she was like 14, 15, so like way too. Although I definitely knew some people at 14, 15 when I was in high school that did it, but you know she was pretty pure. Not really. Anyway, we're just like, oh, she's going to her grandparents for the day. Mark, you know what we're doing, and it's just and again, it's different. Like there's some people that are mean drunks, and there's some people that are happy drunks, and for me, you know, LSD just makes me want to love people. Just makes me want to like hug them and like listen to good music and drink, and just it makes me so thankful. For life is rough, and for me, LSD gives you that perspective of, hey, you know what? There's some awful things that happen out there, and you're super lucky to be. For me, I'm super lucky to be in a world like I was born in Peru. Remember in Lord of the Rings, Two Towers? Two Towers. Samwise Gamgee tells Frodo, is like, by all rights, we shouldn't even be here. Like by all rights, I should not be where I am. I should not be in like, if life is the game. What's it called? Life is a game, and love is the prize. I forget his name. The guy DJ that died. So wake me up, Avicii. Avicii. Um, if life is a game, I have the best luck in the world, mostly. Obviously, my back is broken. I just found out I have like this cyst on my kidney, and that's whatever. But I was born in a third world country where if I was left there, I just wouldn't be. I'd be dead or you know something not good. But because of I got adopted and brought to the U.S. I happen to be born with a brain that is far above average, and I just got lucky, and I got very lucky, and LSD kind of makes you realize like, okay, hey, here's why people like you. It's for me, it's like that Limitless movie. I take it and suddenly like I'm. This one girl Amber that I dated in like 2017. Like I was already ready to boink like all and we boinked a lot. Oh my god. 2017 was such a wild year. Anyway, we boinked a lot, and she, without me knowing, like I've been drugged so many times. Um, she gave me the little blue pill without me knowing. And what happens when you give an already young, healthy, in shape male a little blue pill? Um, it's wild. So for me, as someone that already just loves finance and already loves pattern recognition, just autistic as fuck, when you give me that LSD and suddenly my brain is like all the neurons are firing at the same time, and my brain is working on levels not seen by man. Yeah, for me, it's great. But LSD helps me in the world that we live in. Mushrooms helps me think about the universe, the future. Well, LSD helps me with the future as well. It helps me think about it. Mushrooms is like LSD on steroids for me. Um, yeah. So for me, I only have nothing but good things to say. But there's some people that they take too much, or they take something that's laced with something, and it like ruins their lives, right? Thankfully, I know where it comes from. I know so I definitely don't advocate for it. I mean, if I know the person, sure, but yeah, for me, like part of the reason I went into high risk lending LSD, part of the reason I went into Tesla LSD, Pokemon LSD, like VeVe and Omi LSD, and I'm about to be proved right. Couple months, New York Comic Con booth soon. Sounds fun. Sorry for your loss, Randy. I'm going to release a video in a few hours, and everyone should watch it because you probably know who they are. Yeah, I probably will for daCat. I definitely will. Thank you. Yeah. Well, it's not the team, but yeah. Give me like so I have to make the video, and then I have a meeting at 10 that I have to do, and then once the meeting is over, I'll try to release that video if I can make. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I can make it through the video. Fun fact: Musica, home of the VeVe Party 2024, was once a legendary nightclub called Tunnel in the movie Belly with Nas, DMX. First time I dropped X Spiritual, circa 1998. Only 27 years ago. I believe I've done all of my. I believe I've done all of my stuff, so I'm going to get to the Omi Definitive DMC daCat Devi. Okay, let's go to the news here, and we got a bit of news, so we'll try to go through that in the next couple of minutes. U.S. House confirms Bitcoin and crypto market structure bill will be on the floor this coming week. Altcoin market cap, MCAP, Golden Cross is about to happen. Last time this happened, it was in Q4 2024, and crypto market pumped 41% in just 2 weeks. Alt season is coming. Ice Barrel Challenge for VeVe and Omi will be great. Ladies on Solana presents Satoshi Sisters, which is the one Bitcoin race. It's a challenge rewarding the strongest holders in the community at a $10 million market cap. One random diamond-handed holder will win 1 Bitcoin. You have to hold your ladies tokens, ladies on Sol, no transfers, no sales, only buys count. Your wallet must remain untouched to qualify. Once a $10 million market cap is reached, a random eligible holder will win will win 1 Bitcoin, and you must be holding 100,000 ladies tokens, which is like, I think $30, $40. Not a lot. No selling or transferring. Michael Saylor's talking about buying more Bitcoin, and he did. He bought 4,200 more Bitcoin. No, always take extra steps, carrying out transactions, always copy a wallet address, do not copy. Okay, that's fine. Fios is important to Devi's plans as well. Fios is core interaction in both Devi Exchange and Devise. As we launch the exchange, we will ramp up our efforts around Fios. There's not much point in doing so before then. Base Hub, which has almost 40,000 followers over on X, say the biggest bull run ever is starting, well, today. I don't see much. $22 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. yesterday. Peter Schiff on November 8th in 2019 said, keep dreaming, Bitcoin is never going to hit 100K. Definity Markets says Peter Schiff is now pro-Bitcoin, orange pilled. There is now a 14% chance that Bitcoin hits $1 million before the release of GTA 6. Trump out as president is a 15% chance, and Jesus Christ returning is a 15% chance before GTA 6. Interesting times. Me too. Bill Gardner says, "What up?" I wasn't even born in. Oh my God, you weren't born in '98. But yeah. So ladies on Solana, which I have 8% of. I really love. I really love what Pixie is doing with it, and I'm helping. For the what do you call it? Actual sanctuary, I will be helping. and I will be that business is going to thrive partially because of me. I hope people understand that. They might not. Oh, very good, very good. All right, let's go over the rest. Oh shoot, I got to go over the rest of this stuff. I don't believe you're 44. You looked very young when we talked. There's Saturday. Oh gosh, today, yesterday. Yeah, you don't look it. You look younger than me. What we got here? Oh shit. Raul Bashan says the Bitcoin network only produces 450 Bitcoin per day. And 2 days ago alone, Bitcoin ETFs brought 10,000 Bitcoin. There is unrelenting demand from corporations and institutional investors, and that's colliding with severely limited supply. Lorenzo Valente says, since the merge 1,030 days ago, only 370K ETH net has been issued, accounting for burn. And in the last 9 days, Ethereum ETFs have pulled in 380. So again, only 373,000 ETH net has been issued. And in the last 9 days, ETFs have bought more than that. That's 3 years of new supply eaten up in less than 2 weeks. Supply shock is coming for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Kathy Wood says the price of any good is determined at the margin, demand, supply. I'm sorry, the price of any good is determined at the margin, demand relative to supply. The math is mathin'. The last diorama that they had yesterday made less than $2,000. They should stop dioramas for now. President J.D. Vance slams the Federal Reserve, says the Fed has been totally asleep at the wheel. As President Trump says, they're too late, both in fighting inflation during Biden and in lowering rates now. Agreed. U.S. Director of Federal Housing has ordered preparation for businesses to count cryptocurrency as an asset for mortgage. Hashtag XRP. We're all men here. A little bit. And when the U.S. Bitcoin Reserve starts buying, they will be buying 490 Bitcoin per day for 5 years to reach their $1 million goal. Let's go. Randy, I hope you win the Bitcoin just so you hold some Bitcoin. I hope so too. Million Bitcoin goal, I mean, yes. Just advise I own Bitcoin, but at a certain point, I think people are going to question, well, what does Bitcoin do? I'll just sit there. Yeah, lots of energy was used to make, but there will be a store of value, whatever. Yeah. So someday, maybe someday when this bloody. All right, yeah, someday. Own the Movement says we're sad to announce that after 4 unforgettable years, the time has come that we say goodbye to Own the Movement, effective immediately on July 10th, 2025. We're shutting down the Own the Movement website. You may still access the site to download a CSV of your NBA Top Shot or NFL All Day collection per the links below. It's hard out there. SHIRO is great. We love SHIRO. Release the Epstein lists. Copy Bird is great. Michael Saylor says short Bitcoin if you hate money. Agreed. Front run buy. Mevbots. CoinWick, I guess, saw Omi at increased 32% at 0003. Also, shout out to daCat for being, we're live on on-chain ramp. You could buy it in over 70 different places. You can buy it with 7 different forms of payment, whether it's Google Pay, PayPal, Cash App, Apple Pay, Google Pay, etc. Ripple's RLUSD insured 517 Kenyan pastoralists, 70% women, but no payout was needed as vegetation stayed healthy. Tales from the Future says, for anyone interested, I'm currently selling the remainder of my VeVe collection. I by no means have any grails, but the majority of these have been listed at 1/3 to half the floor price, and there might be some decent mints in there and some cheap pickups for your VeVeverse. Somebody asked, are you done with VeVe? Tail says, I wouldn't say I'm done with VeVe. I'll go for certain drops, but I held a lot of my collection for VeVeverse reasons, as I no longer build in there and could just do with some extra funds. Had some in real life things come up. Decided to sell the remainder of it. That's all. Somebody asked, any reason specifically you don't want to build in there anymore? Tail says, simply due to discovering Unreal Engine Bud, it shouldn't be compared to the VeVeverse because they're two separate things with different use cases. But for what I want out of my creative filmmaking journey, Unreal Engine is where it's at. I'm also one of those people that has to go all in on one thing, and that's Unreal Engine for me right now. Loved my time building a VeVeverse, though. Was great fun. I love daCat too. They're great. Chibi Milady says, be patient, daCat. daCat is king of Memezilla, as always. In a major win for human creativity, YouTube will demonetize inauthentic AI-generated music videos starting this Tuesday, July 15th. Good for them. Elmo had a very interesting... Well, Elmo was just hacked yesterday on Twitter. David Yu says, can't wait to meet the fam at San Diego Comic-Con on July 25th. Can't wait for that. President Trump says Fed Chair Jerome Powell has been very bad for our country and we should all have the lowest interest rate on earth. Agreed. Agreed. I don't know. The Night Trooper helmet was set $630 yesterday. That reminds me, we got to go in and talk about some of the other stuff. Okay, not much has happened between Amazing Fantasy since I just started talking. Let's talk about the partner statue, which was 1,500, and now I believe it's still 1,500. 3-digit mint is 2,000, and you can have number 85 for 5,000, which is insane. Let's do Todd Batman, 29 in the market, 424, which is nuts, and the cheapest sub 100, 3,600, which is a steal. It is mine. And let's take a look at the VeVe Gold logo, which I think is $4,400. I have 3 of them. Yeah, good times. Good times. Choose the Kingdom, Carl Weezer, Red Guardian. Just in, Metaplanet buys another 797 Bitcoin worth 95 million. They now hold 16,352 Bitcoin worth 1.95 billion. That's insane. $200 million worth of Bitcoin was liquidated between 10 p.m. yesterday, or 10:30 p.m. yesterday, and 11:30 p.m. yesterday. Michael Saylor's strategy now has $30 billion of unrealized profit on his Bitcoin investment. Binance founder CZ says, you might be excited by the current Bitcoin all-time high, but in a few years, this will be just a fraction. Agreed. $500 million worth of crypto was liquidated between 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time last night and 1 a.m. this morning. New York Times reports many of Biden's pardons, including Dr. Fauci's, were signed by AutoPen and approved late night by a White House aide. Su Ye says we always love real digital collectors and always will. Who remembers when we sent out signed T-shirts to our VeVe set holders? No shipping, all on us. Just pure love for the community. Guys, I am gonna have to go live tomorrow at. I have to go right now. I'm so sorry for anything that I wasn't able to do. But shit, certain things have to be done. Watch out for my video in the next 3 hours. But I do have to go now. I love you all. Class dismissed. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. We love you all. I love you all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys. Meow, meow. Meow. Oh, God. End stream. Okay.